comments, what do you want to grow? What do you want to achieve? Like maybe you want to be Oprah, someone like Oprah on TV. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to be on social media. Maybe you want to be a gamer. Maybe you want to get a certain body type. Maybe you want to get a relationship. Let me know in the comments. Modeling. Finance. Okay, great. I only have like one friend, but maybe I'm supposed to be a loner. Oh no, you can grow friends. So that would be something that you would write down. So you guys can write that down. Self-esteem, relationships, singer. Yeah, so for everyone who just came in, the question is, what do you want to grow? And I'm going to show you the steps of growth today. You look like Jerry Cantrell. I don't know who that is. Grow independence. Need to move out of my apartment. Confidence. I want to be successful, be more impactful in my region. Yeah, the question is, what do you want to grow, guys? And we wait till everybody's here because people are still coming in. And I'm going to show you guys today the steps of growth. Oh, I need to write. I wrote off grow. I'm going to write off growth. That's how we learned it. All right. Grow into mindfulness. Need a career. What's up, Plant? Good to see you from the text. So we wait till everyone's here and then we're going to start. But while we're waiting, you guys can write in the comments something that you want to share, that you want to grow in. It can be self-worth, value, letting go. And make it like something specific. Make it like an action. Like, I want to grow my business. I want to grow my relationships. I want to grow my career. I want to grow relaxation. Outgrow overthinking. What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Control issues. Yeah, the emotional fitness program would be perfect for you. Can it be multiple things? Yes, of course. You guys can write multiple things. My health. More joy, fun. I don't want to worry ever. Well, if you never want to worry, you will always worry. If you always try to avoid social anxiety, if you always try to avoid feelings, you will always have social anxiety. Thank you, Miss Mary. All right, so whatever you guys just said, what you want to grow, that's the first step that you need to know. You need to have the goal. You need to have something that you want to grow. And then the second thing, ask yourself, what thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in your way of the growth? So that might be social anxiety if you want to have friends, but you don't go to events. That might be anxiety or not feeling good enough to start your own company. That might be social media addiction. That might be any other addiction. So write down what thoughts and emotion beliefs are in your way. And it's really good to observe these things. So there might be thoughts that come in your head like, I'm too ugly, I'm not good enough. There might be beliefs, I'm just not successful, whatever it is. Emotions of anxiety, depression. So write the emotions that are in your way. Oh, thank you guys. Write them in the comments. And the addictive scrollers, you can keep scrolling, no problem. And the reason why you keep scrolling is to make a feeling feel better. So that will cause you to more of social media addictions. Self-doubt. Thank you, 2 phones, Steph. I appreciate you. You got 2 phones? All right, so what thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in your way of doing the things you value? Yes, everybody has anxiety because everybody is practicing the skill of distracting themselves with social media and trying to make feelings feel better. It's because everybody seeks comfort, and the more you seek comfort, the more discomfort you get. Because you don't get emotionally fit. Emotional fitness is important. But the more you avoid emotions with all the comfort from Postmates or Tinder or any comfortable thing on social media, avoiding people outside because you can go on Tinder or you can FaceTime with them or Snapchat, you don't even have to talk to them anymore, the more social anxiety, the more anxiety you have. All right, great. So we're going to talk about today how to change those patterns, right? Because as Mark Freeman says, in the way of you and your goals is a lot of time just a bathwater of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Okay, because if you didn't have those thoughts and emotions, you would do the things that you value. Yeah, codependency, same thing. Trying to make your feelings feel better. It's a compulsion. All of these things are compulsions, guys. Most of you guys probably have my emotional fitness program, but if you don't have my emotional fitness program, that's what's teaching you there. How to get rid of social media addiction, how to overcome codependency, how to... Oh, I have some stuff from the nature in my hair. How to get over toxic relationships. All right, let's do this. So, we talked about, I asked you guys, what do you want to grow? We talked about what thoughts and emotions and beliefs are in your way, and hopefully you ask yourself that question. And now we talk about how can we change those patterns, okay? So now that everybody's here, we can start. All right. So I'm sure everyone who's still here did the first and the second step, and I'm going to show you now how to change those patterns and why you haven't changed them yet, okay? So I'm going to erase that. Let me see, maybe I have enough space underneath. You guys should be able to see this space here. If not, I'm gonna take some off of the top, all right? So, matter of fact, let's just clear it out. All right. How to change the patterns. How to change the beliefs. And have a better relationship with emotions and thoughts. How to change unhelpful beliefs and have a better relationship with emotions and thoughts. Perfect. All right. So this, and you're probably not being surprised, has started somewhere in your past, right? Through coping mechanisms. So somewhere in your past, you are right here. Look at you, being a human right here, and something happened to you. Maybe you have been bullied. Maybe your parents were mean to you. Parents being meanos. Meanos. It's not okay if your parents are meanos to you, okay? Maybe something embarrassing happened. So we call this traumatic things happened. Traumatic things. Poor little kid right here. Okay? Maybe I don't want to write things that TikTok doesn't like, but you can fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying, right? SA. bullied, being judged for something, for being overweight, skin color, whatever it is, okay? So you guys get the point. All right, so hurtful things happened. And you said, no, I don't ever want to experience that again, right? And you said, I'm gonna protect myself from now on. Every time there's something that's close to this, where I could be judged, where I could be betrayed, maybe you got betrayed, it's actually a good one. Betrayed in the relationship, cheated, maybe you got physically hurt. You said, no, I never want to have this again. And then your brain said, hey, I'm your best friend. I'm going to help you to never going to experience that again by giving you thoughts and emotions to protect you. So it's almost like an autoimmune response where the brain, it doesn't have arms and claws, right? Doesn't have that. It doesn't have knives. It doesn't have tentacles, right? Like Mark Freeman likes to say, sharp things on the front. It doesn't have those things to protect you from the danger, protect you from the hurt that you felt in the past. And it doesn't only have to be in the childhood, by the way. It can you be as a teenager, and it can even be you as an adult, okay? Protect you from the hurt, from the past. Minos, okay? So it doesn't have those things. But it needs to get your reaction, because you have arms and legs to protect yourself, right? And you can run. And back in the day, when there was a tiger in the jungle, right? The brain made sure it showed you all the danger of the tiger, the orange skin and the white teeth and everything. That might not be my best tiger yet, but you guys get it. It shows you, it wants to show you, every time you're in the jungle, it wants to show you the colors of the tiger. And look out for the tiger, because you got attacked once and got hurt in the shoulder of the tiger, but you ran away to the village. So you're alive, but you're scared of the tiger. So the brain's like, oh, we got to look out for the tiger. So the same thing, the brain is now looking out for you to not be judged. Not judged. Not embarrassed. Not hurt, etc. So how does the brain do that if it doesn't have arms and tentacles? Well, there's an easy answer. It uses thoughts and emotions that you react to. Now, those thoughts and emotions will seem logical because your brain has a whole data bank of what you react to. And maybe you react to thoughts of, so let's say you had an experience in your childhood where you got bullied, and now the brain wants you to avoid all the social events. Because it wants you to be protected from not being judged. So the brain has a whole amount of thoughts and emotions that it gives you, that it knows you react to and talk back to, that will keep you from these social events. For example, I'm too awkward. I'm not good enough. You're not good enough. they will make fun of me. And these are just some thoughts. Maybe think of thoughts that are coming into your brain that you think are you, because the brain gives you thoughts that you react to. So in the end, it looks like your own thoughts. And in addition, it will give you emotions like anxiety. Depression is a big one, because depression makes you avoid a lot of things. Anger. Now, it seems like thoughts like, oh, I'm too ugly, and thoughts like, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm overweight, are like logical thoughts. But they also come from comparison, judgment, judging yourself, judging others. And that judgments make those thoughts go stronger and stronger, because you don't show the brain otherwise. So you showed the brain with the first experience that it needs to be scared of this, but now, because you avoid things that you value, you show the brain that those things are dangerous. So the brain gives you more thoughts and emotions that keep you from the danger. Okay? So, the way to break those patterns is to show the brain, like a little kid, some people would call it your inner child, right? Because the little kid got scared back in the day. Scary. And now it has those belief systems that it screams, no, I'm fearful. Fear. But you are now this big adult. By you listening to the kid as if you are still this vulnerable kid, or this adult that for the first time had an experience that it couldn't control. So you keep reacting as if it's true. But it's only because you listen to the little kid instead of taking care of the little kid. So what we want to do is, we're not going to scream at the little kid. The little kid is, so to say, gives fear and anger and depression. And we want to say, I love you to it. To the fear, anger, and depression, by accepting it, by not trying to fix it. The kid wants us to fix things. The kid wants us to fix the things. But we adults, that's like listening to when you are driving to the dentist to get your kids checked out, or like something needed, right? And they scream in the back, no, we want ice cream, you want ice cream. You wouldn't pull over, instead of going to the dentist, give them ice cream. Because then they just want more ice cream, more ice cream. So the same here. The more you avoid the things, the more you show your little kid or brain that those things should be dangerous, because you as the adult are not taking them, right? Yeah, Day Wild Phoenix says exactly. Take the action regardless of the fear. Teach yourself, brain, it's not dangerous anymore. Day said, still doesn't go away though. That's because you want it to go away. That's another compulsion. There used to be an old, and they still use it actually. It's called exposure therapy. Not to mistaken for ERP, okay? Which is expose and prevention, okay? That therapy was actually giving people more problems, because the therapist told them to do fearful things to get rid of the fear. And if you have that intention, you will get more fear, because trying to get rid of an emotion is a compulsion and will cause more of that. All right? Now, if you want to go deeper on this and learn how to break it, if you have a low budget, get the emotional fitness program in the link in my bio. Or if you want to get really deep, get the How to Create Self-Worth program. But let's move on and show you guys how to do it. So, I'm going to do this here. If you're always checking like, oh, is the fear still here? Are the thoughts still here? Like when intrusive thoughts, you're still checking and you're still showing your little kid, the brain, that it must be dangerous, right? And the more compulsions you guys have, and that's why I always can tell the difference between someone who actually does the work and understands the compulsions and cuts them out, and someone who says, oh yeah, but I've been doing it. But really, I can ask them like 5 questions and I see, oh yeah, you're still distracting yourself with social media to try anxiety go away. You're still trying to get rid of depression by scrolling on social media. You're still trying to vent to your girlfriends to make the feeling feel better about your ex. You are still dressing yourself in the morning in a way to get approval from others, which shows your brain that you value others more than you, and then your brain gives you more insecurity. So it's all about how you spent your time and actions on your energy, right? And you have to show your brain now. This is where the parenting comes in. You have to show your brain how you have to show your brain and the little child that the new thing that you want to do is okay. It's okay. And you show that with behaviors, all right? So that is about being comfortable with being uncomfortable with the emotions, because the old patterns are comfortable. The old toxic patterns are comfortable. And the new ones, because your little kid screams from the trauma, feel uncomfortable because your little kid is screaming. So that's very logical for you guys to see. So in order to show the brain and the kid that the old unhelpful patterns of fear, anxiety, depression are not applicable anymore, they're not important to you anymore, we cannot react on them by fixing them and try to make them feel better by going on social media or getting a emotionally addictive relationship, right? To make feelings of loneliness feel better, or try to do power games to chase feelings, because then the brain will just see that it's still important to you, and the brain will give you more depression, anxiety, fear, and loneliness and heartbreak. I'm standing on like the floor barefoot and like I'm to reach a little bit, even though I'm tall, I'm 6'3". I'm getting on my tiptoes. So how do we do that? And this is why most people don't grow. They're not willing to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay? They're going back to chasing the old patterns. So it's about accepting the anxiety, but that's not where we stop. That's only the first step. First step, for example, if you have anxiety, accept, which is like accepting if you're on the street. Let's say this is a street and this is a car. How do you accept the lines on the street? Are you hating on the lines because they're not a certain color, the color that you like? Are you hating them because there should be a different shape? No, they're just lines. The same relationship I want you to have with emotions and thoughts. Accept anxiety like it's trash on the street. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It can feel uncomfortable, but we don't want to fix it. We want to accept it. And then the second step is to do an action of value that supports you. Something that you value, like physical fitness, relationships, relaxation, your business/money, romantic relationships, family relationships, and what else? What did I forget, guys? For all the people who are on the emotional fitness program, I know there's fun and creative expression. All right. It's about, and then it's not about the idea of a value, but let's give the example of your business. It's about doing the actions that grow that business, like making an Instagram account, making a podcast, and doing it mindful while accepting any emotion and thoughts that are there. Now, what that does is you are showing the brain that you don't care anymore about the old pattern of anxiety or the thoughts. You don't talk back to the thoughts anymore. You're focusing mindfully on the valued actions. And that can be also going to the gym, physical fitness, anything that you want to grow. Now, if you do that, by your actions, you show your brain what's really important to you. And over time, because you're not avoiding the emotions, but you're building a space for the emotions, you build more emotional fitness. That's supposed to be I don't know if that translates. I don't know if I ever drew a weight, but see emotions like weights. If you avoid them, you get weaker and you want to get stronger. And then you get emotionally stronger and you're not a slave to the brain anymore. So there's a lot of people who on social media and teach all kinds of nonsense. They're like, here are the 5 tricks to do this. This is how you be more confident. And it's all BS. And the reason why it's successful though is because they reach you at your patterns. Because a lot of your patterns want comfort and easy and avoid emotions. So you're even looking for teachings that promise you quick results. But this will never build the most important thing. Skills, my loves. Yes. Skills. Emotional fitness is a skill. Okay? It gives you the ability to not be a slave to the emotions anymore, which means if you want to have a job, if you want to have your own job, you want to be independent, maybe you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or your own lawyer, your own doctor, or even better, someone like Elon Musk, have your own company. On your way there, there's going to be uncertainty and anxiety and maybe fear. But if you don't have the space to hold those things with emotional fitness and not be a slave to these things by avoiding starting the business and instead going on social media right here, you will never build a business. You will end up at McDonald's. I'm sorry, McDonald's. I'm sorry. Why did I choose McDonald's? I could have said Starbucks too. I don't want to call people out. People are going to hate me even more. because it's easier to work in that environment where people tell you what to do, because you need to just mindless do what people tell you what to do. So I did this, right? I changed my career with it. I changed my relationships with it. You change your brain with it. Oh, thank you, Deidre. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, guys. And thank you for almost 100 people who are not addictively scrolling and can have the uncomfortable feeling maybe of patience or maybe of boredom and still focus mindfully. That's one of the biggest things to start. Can you have the feeling of boredom and not touch your phone to scroll? Because that will cause, first off, more ADHD because you built the skill of distraction. And then it will build emotional weakness because you avoid the feeling of boredom. All right? Oh, I love it. YJ Martinez actually taking notes. Love it. All right. So again, this is why not everybody's a millionaire. This is why not everybody drives a Lamborghini. This is not everybody has a relationship they want. Because most people are peas. And I can't say the whole word. But they don't want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. They're going to look for the quickest tricks and then they will lose because they don't build skills. So if you guys, we're going to talk about questions in a second, but if you guys want to go deeper on this, of course, if you can afford my one-on-one coaching, you can message me on Instagram if you have specific things that you want help with. But I made amazing programs that are so affordable for people who cannot afford my one-on-one coaching. And it's video programs, for example, the emotional fitness program, which I made so affordable, $29.99, for everyone to be able to build emotional fitness and not be a slave to the brain. If you can afford the self-worth program, get the How to Create Self-Worth program, because you see me teaching literally 7 people. And in the beginning, I do the entire seminar on how to proactively create and while you practically do it, instead of regurgitating information, practically do the things you value, create confidence, create self-love, create your own value. And because of that, while doing the things you value. So how much is your coaching? You can message me on Instagram and I'll send you the information. All right. And again, even if you have relationship problems, I changed my attraction in a relationship from being attracted based on trauma to being attracted based on value. And it's the exact same thing that I just told you guys. So I used to be attracted to people based on jealousy, power games, waiting 45 minutes to text, chasing validation. And then I changed my brain and now I'm only attracted to people who value me and I value them. And I'm not even remotely able to be manipulated by people because they cannot pull on my emotions. Where most people, over 90%, are going to be pulled by emotions and they're going to go into unhealthy, toxic relationships. And they choose the same partner over and over again based on their trauma to make their feelings feel better. Yes, KT00man. I ordered the bundle, the 4 courses, and there's many easy practical exercises to do. Yes, that's the best deal. That's the best offer. You can get all 4 of my programs, which is the How to Get Over Your Ex program, How to Create Healthy Relationship program, the Emotional Fitness program, and the deepest program, the How to Create Self-Worth program, for $150. And that's amazing because the How to Create Self-Worth program by itself is already $100. So if you want to get the best deal, get the bundle. Because I was still thinking about even raising it. But yeah. And if you are really on a budget, that's why I made it, even for students, for people in high school, get the Emotional Fitness program. Everybody can afford $29. And that one actually is teaching you getting over social media addiction, is teaching you over procrastination, is teaching you out of toxic relationships, building that emotional fitness, all right? And it's worth thousands of dollars because if you get over procrastination, you're going to build your business. If you don't get over procrastination, then McDonald's. I shouldn't say McDonald's anymore. How to heal trauma. I just explained it, but if you want to go deeper on it, get the How to Create Self-Worth program. And by the way, healing is the wrong attitude and will cause more trauma. And I'll explain you why. It's because the brain works like this. Brain only cares about what you spend your time and energy on, and it will always want to support you in what you spent your time on, okay? So if you love to do shadow work and healing, right? The brain is like, oh, they love healing. How can we support them in healing more? How can we support someone who wants to heal more? Oh, I know. We're just going to give them more problems to heal. So the brain will give you more trauma, more emotions for you to do the thing that you love, which is healing. It actually doesn't understand language, and I can prove it to you. If you tell the brain, oh brain, can you please not give me the thoughts about my ex cheating on me anymore? Your brain's not going to be like, oh, sorry, I didn't know, Laura. I'm not going to give you these thoughts anymore. I apologize. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Your brain doesn't understand. And that's made from nature, and it's very smartly made because everybody has a different language. But your brain understands what you react to. And that's what it's going to support you with. So that's why we want to not focus on healing, but focus on adding valued actions mindfully. And mindfully is going to be really big in this one. And I'll tell you why. You can, even if you stop doing the compulsions outside, maybe you stop drinking alcohol, maybe you stop scrolling on social media, you can still do compulsions inside of your head. And it's the same thing, and you will stay the same way. So let's say checking outside on Instagram stories. It's physically, you do a compulsions outside to check on someone's Instagram story, or maybe your ex or your boyfriend, that they don't cheat on you. You try to control it, which is a compulsion. You can also, if the brain gives you a thought, oh, maybe they cheat on you. Maybe they cheat. We cannot control this thought coming in. The one thought we cannot control coming in. But we can control if you talk back. So then you're like, oh, yes, maybe they're cheating on me. Oh, but last time they were really nice to me, so maybe not. Even just saying that, trying to make you more comfortable, is still feeding that pattern of not being trustworthy, being jealous, and you're feeding the trauma. So interesting, guys. I can only go as deep, but I'm actually excited about. You can tell how passionate I am about this stuff. It's work.